Hello and welcome to this Spectral Center mini Winter Solstice workshop and guided hypnosis. My name is Julia. For those of you who don't know me, I am an artist and hypnotherapist, and I try to do these little video workshops from time to time. Not as often as I would like, but I'm going to change that moving forward. Just to kind of help us to embrace, experience the energy of the moment. So obviously we're approaching the end of the year in the Gregorian calendar, and we have the Winter Solstice coming up, which is the shortest day of the year, longest night of the year in the northern hemisphere, and of course the opposite in the southern hemisphere. Of course, there's also a lot of other things going on at this time of year. The Yule season, Christmas, Hanukkah, any kind of holidays surrounding the end of the year. So it's pretty potent energy, and generally a lot going on. So I thought it would be nice to just kind of do a little workshop and a guided hypnosis session for you all. It's pay what you can, so if you haven't made a donation, you can do that in the link below. And it's going to be like 45 minutes. I'm going to just make a little introduction, and then we will dive into a guided hypnosis, self-hypnosis session of about 25-30 minutes. And even though the solstice is this year it's December 21st, so that's one day, I would say this workshop, this hypnosis session is definitely going to be beneficial until the end of the year. So we're still working with this same kind of energy. So if you're watching this and it's not like the 20th or the 21st or the 22nd, no sweat. You can definitely still get into it, I believe. So basically, what's up with the solstice comes from actually the Latin word solstitum, I think, which means sun stands still. And I just think this is so beautiful, because basically they observe that the sun kind of comes to a moment of stillness before switching directions, and of course starting to show up more and more in our lives. So it's not just about darkness and this being the longest night. It's also the fact that the sun is taking a moment of stillness before moving forward, switching directions, transforming, and bringing forward this new energy. And a lot of people believe, a lot of cultures believe, that after this kind of moment of the sun standing still, this long darkness, that there's going to be an increase in positive energy. So welcoming back of the sun, of the sunny energy. Some also believe it's kind of like the symbolic death and rebirth of the sun. So this is like pretty good moment for transformation, but it requires a stillness. So this, of course, means resting, but it really means you have to kind of turn off the engine for a moment before switching gears. Slow down, and trust that the sun will come back, the energy will return, that you will be able to move in a new direction moving forward quite soon. But it really requires this moment of stillness. Like everything in nature shows us that you have to kind of slow down. You have to stop. You need to find stillness. You have to rest and receive. You can't just go, produce, be active all the time. And yeah, I sometimes feel silly even saying this because it's like rest seems like such an obvious solution, but then I remember that like I used to be the person who would like leave yoga class during shavasana, who's like, I didn't see the value in taking this moment to rest after the workout. Like, was really like on to the next thing. Okay, like did my active yoga class and now I want to move on to something else active. And that's just not the way the world works. Like, you think about time like as a triangle where you have active, you have passive, and then you have this neutral space, and all are necessary. So of course we do need to take action, inspired action, to be productive sometimes, to act, to move. There's a moment for that, of course. We also need to be passive, to allow space to receive, to take in inspiration, like, reading, experiencing art, movies, conversations, watching YouTube, whatever, podcasts, like also essential to spend some time in a passive mode where you are actively receiving, taking in. And equally important is this neutral space. So you're not actually creating anything, you're not engaged in an actual action, and you're also not passively taking anything in, you're not consuming anything. So this is really the moment of stillness, but it doesn't necessarily mean stillness as in meditation. It definitely can. But this could also be like walking the dog, playing with children, cooking, even though that can be like an active, it is literally production, but if it's something that you like and you find that when you're in this kind of, when your hands are busy, that your mind can actually become a little bit neutral, enter into this neutral vibe. This is the moment also where we can receive downloads from the universe or have amazing inspiration. Like, personally, when I am running, jogging, exercising, or like out for a walk, this is the time where I have like the most inspiration, where ideas will just kind of drop into my head. So even though maybe the body is active, the mind is neutral. So this is just like, I think, a really underrated kind of way to spend time. Like, we need this neutral space in order to receive inspiration, when we're not really even not seeking out information, you're just being. And sometimes something comes to you in that moment, or it allows you to just be better, be more present, to be more productive when the moment comes. So I hope that's not confusing, but I just really want us to take this moment to embrace this neutral space. So I would highly suggest that, in the kind of week or so, couple of weeks to come before the end of the year, like, really take some time to be in this neutral space. So this doesn't mean scrolling on your phone. Like, I think we feel like, oh God, I'm exhausted, I need to rest, and then you can enter into this kind of passive mode way more easily. So it's like, obviously it's easy to binge watch a series or to just scroll, and like that's also necessary, or can be, like there is a moment for that, but to find time for this kind of neutral space, so like through meditation, through exercise, through spending time with animals or with children, like something that really forces you to be so present in that moment that your mind can enter into a neutral state. And also to find stillness, so like stillness in the mind, stillness in the body. Embrace this idea of stillness. And I also understand that takes a huge amount of trust. Like, it's one thing to just say, you need to be still at this moment. Whereas it's not easy to stop working, to stop being active. It really requires a deep trust that things are going to continue to come to you, that the energy will return, that the productivity will be more amplified in the future, that not everything's gonna stop, that the well will not dry up, that the opportunities will not disappear. That if you stop working, stop caring, I don't mean care for yourself, but some of us have like a tendency to do so much for other people and not take this stillness. So like, just if you stop doing, you have to have a trust that things will continue, that nothing's gonna fall apart, that there will be more. So understand that like asking for stillness requires a lot of trust. And this is not the same kind of trust that we generally relate to in our lives. So usually if I'm thinking about trust, I'm like, you have to earn a trust. If you think about trusting other people, or even trusting yourself, that's something that's earned. You need to see it before you believe it, and then the trust is built. But this kind of trust is like believe it and then you will see it kind of trust. So it has to come from like a deep knowing, even if you've never experienced it before, that if you are still, if you rest, the momentum will continue. You are able to receive, and that the energy will return. Things will continue to move forward. The sun is going to shine brighter. Things are going to continue to get easier, and that the results will come, even if you take a moment to not act, to be still. So all this to say, it's not the same kind of trust that we have in the rest of our lives. So you just kind of have to start believing it. And when you start believing it, you're going to see it. And this is where the hypnosis comes in, because we're really going to kind of instill that trust, that belief, that deep knowing into the subconscious, so that you can trust something that you've maybe never experienced before. That being said, I think that we will move in to the hypnosis now. So then I'm going to just invite you to allow your eyes to close, or you can let them focus on a spot in front of you, something that's kind of beyond the screen here. And just allow your attention to move to your breath, to the sound of my voice. And just feel your attention, your awareness kind of shift towards the interior, towards the self. Just shifting a bit the focus from the outside world towards your inner landscape, towards the self. And bringing your attention to your own breath without changing it or controlling it, just kind of noticing the pattern of your own breath, the rise and fall of your own chest. I'm beginning to feel each breath like a wave of relaxation moving through your whole body. Feeling the inhalation, each inhale be like this wave moving through the body, moving in through the nostrils, up through the sinuses, around the brain, through the head, and then pushing down the neck, the shoulders, allowing the shoulders to become so heavy, moving down through the arms, filling up the rib cage, moving down the spine, each vertebrae of the spine, and then moving through the belly, all of the internal organs as you understand them, down into the pelvis, the bowl of the pelvis, around the hips, bringing a softness to the hips now, moving through the thighs, around the knees, and then pushing down the shins, the calves, around the ankles, and moving out and down and out through the feet, the soles of the feet. And just feel each time you inhale is taking this path through the body, and allowing each exhale to bring a sense of release, a softening, a loosening, a letting go of anything you've been holding onto in the body, any tension, any emotions, any energy that's kind of stuck. I'm just feeling each exhale as a release, just a letting go, allowing yourself to become lighter and lighter, softer and softer with each breath. And in a moment, I'm going to count you down from 10 to 1. And on 1, you will be in a deep hypnotic rest, with the subconscious spine totally open to any insights, any ideas, any positive images or suggestions for the improvement of your life as you understand it. I'm just feeling already this deep relaxation come over you, feeling the conscious mind, the thinking mind, the critical mind, the working mind just start to slip into the background now, to kind of fade, to hang out in the background and to take a small break. And knowing that it will always be there, just kind of hanging out in the background as your subconscious mind, your deep mind, the creative mind, the imagination kind of opens up, floats towards the surface, begins to dilate now. I'm feeling this kind of beautiful exchange between letting go and opening up, deepening, becoming available. And in a moment, I'll invite you to imagine that you are at the mouth of a big, beautiful cave. Seeing yourself here, imagining the mouth, the opening of this cave. Maybe it's on the side of a mountain, in a forest, in a jungle, or by a beach. And seeing the rock formation, what kind of rock it is, maybe limestone or granite. Maybe it's a rock that only exists in your own subconscious mind. And seeing this kind of portal formation of this cave, this opening, this mouth of this cave, and feeling curious to enter and to descend. And seeing that just as you enter into this cave, there is a long descending staircase, bringing you deep into this beautiful, beautiful cave. The rocks around you kind of inviting you in, feeling safe and welcomed. And so going ahead and taking a first step, feeling this kind of looking down feeling, and then feeling as you can take your first step down this beautiful cave staircase. And with each step that you take, I will count you down from 10 to 1. Starting with the number 10. 10, descending now, stepping down one step, deeper and deeper now. 10 and 9, descending one step deeper. 9 and 8, easily focusing on the sound of my voice as you descend deep into this beautiful, magnificent cave now, welcoming you in. 8 and 7, deeper and deeper. The subconscious mind completely open and available as you continue to take another step down deeper into the cave now. 8 and 7, 7 and 6, feeling yourself deeper and deeper, more and more relaxed than you ever even thought possible as you focus on the sound of my voice and step even deeper into this cave. 6 and 5, 5 and 4, deeper and deeper, more and more open and dilated, deeper and deeper now. 4 and 3, 3 and 2, 2 and 1. Feeling yourself now as you've descended into this big, beautiful cave. And just taking a look around and seeing these unique and amazing and immaculate rock formations around you. Maybe there's some kind of dripping limestone. It seems almost liquidy, or crystal formations, or shiny, polished granite, whatever it is. Maybe there's quartz, emerald, diamonds even in this cave. Just really allowing this space to kind of form around you. And even though you can still feel the sunlight kind of beaming in from the mouth of the cave, you can tell that the sun is about to set. And so knowing that you're going to need a light source in this cave, I'll invite you to just create a little fire. Maybe there's a little fire pit, maybe there are some sticks, maybe there are even just a bunch of candles available to you in this perfect, safe cavern meant for you. And so going ahead and imagining, seeing this flame in front of you, feeling this light source, this heat, the way that the fire illuminates and kind of casts shadows and patterns, maybe kind of dancing around you in this beautiful, beautiful cave. And feeling already this sense of safety, of trust, knowing that the sun will return, knowing that everything will still be there when you exit the cave. Just taking this moment of depth, of deep introspection. And I'll invite you, if you like and if you accept, to begin to allow to arise, to bring up any feelings, any patterns, any thoughts, any beliefs that hold you back from stillness, from resting, any kind of scarcity or fear behavior, any belief about productivity, any belief around needing to be the one who kind of gets things done. Any beliefs you have about scarcity, about productivity, about needing to keep moving, about having to force things, any behavior you have that keeps you from entering this beautiful, neutral space, this amazing stillness. And without needing to get too caught up or involved with it, just allow your relationship with these feelings, with these beliefs to kind of arise, maybe play out in the theater of your own subconscious mind. What stops you from entering into this neutral space, into this stillness? And what is your relationship with these beliefs, with these feelings, with these behaviors, with these patterns that keep you moving, keep you acting, keep you active. Rather than allowing, rather than trusting, rather than finding this neutral stillness. And even begin to notice where in your body, in your own corporal form, where these behaviors, thoughts, patterns, feelings have been living, have been taking up space in your body, in the body now. So just allowing it to become quite clear now where in the body you feel this energy. And even seeing if this energy has like a color or a texture, some kind of material form even. And just allowing it to be as vivid as necessary. And in one moment, I'm going to invite you to go ahead and kind of pull it out, to pick it up, to just remove it from your body and put it into this fire in front of you. So on 3 and 2, 2 and 1. Just as easy as it could possibly be, going ahead. And you can even physically do this with your hand. Go ahead and pull out. Imagine just picking up, grabbing onto, taking this energy and just seeing it there in your hand before you throw it into the fire. And just saying goodbye. I don't need you anymore. Maybe this energy helped me at one point during my life, but it's not necessary anymore. It's not serving me, and I give you to this energy of this fire. So going ahead and just tossing it in the fire and maybe seeing the fire as it consumes this energy for you. Maybe even feeling the flame grow bigger. Maybe changes color. Maybe some little sparks fly. And feel this light in front of you. This light source, this flame, this fire. Begin to feel as it completely consumes, as it changes the energy, as it consumes this energy, using it for the power of the flame until it's completely gone, and all that's left is this amazing, powerful fire in front of you, and feeling this light, this warmth, this beautiful energy, this glowing energy, as it kind of moves over, warms your whole body, feeling as it lights up you, your whole aura, your energy, your body. Feeling this flame kind of offering you like a layer of warmth, of light. Of protection, of safety, of softness. And feeling this kind of fiery energy, this light move through your whole body now. And especially feeling this warmth and this light filling up the part of your body where this energy was being held before, and feeling this space be completely transformed, filled up with this new lightness. And just breathing into this space, taking a few deep breaths and feeling this new bright power move through the whole body, completely infuse every cell of your being. And now, I'd like you to maybe take a little moment, thank this fire for accepting what no longer serves you and transforming it into this power. Maybe you can take a little twig or a little candle. Just take a little light source from this fire and just take a moment to explore what's here in this cave. And as you move a little bit deeper into this cave, you're going to see that there's a beautiful statue, a sculpture made of whatever material you think is appropriate. Could be gold, maybe it's made of the same stone as the cave. Whatever it is, seeing that this statue, this sculpture is actually the sculpture of you in stillness. You may be reclined, resting, you in stillness. And not just still because it's a sculpture or a statue, but still, mentally still, neutral, seeing the kind of posture, a resting posture. And taking a moment, really notice how beautiful this is, and taking a moment to even kind of worship in whatever way you feel is appropriate, to just show your appreciation. Even pray to this sculpture of you in stillness. Just understanding the value, the importance of this neutral, resting, still you. And even asking this sculpture, this statue, for some wisdom, or maybe thanking it, or even making some wishes for what you would like to receive during your stillness, what you would like to receive in this neutral state. Just taking a moment to have kind of a conversation with this sculpture, with this statue of you, this still you, this beautiful, version of you, this resting you. And then breathing in again this energy, anything you can receive from this sculpture, from this statue. Anything you can release and give away to it, anything you can ask for, just breathing in, kind of sealing in this energy. And in a moment, we're going to begin to head back up out of the cave. And you're going to, as you move back towards the mouth of the cave, you can notice that maybe it's already morning, that the sun is beginning to shine again down into this cave. You can already see a glimpse, a small beam of light entering, and feeling yourself moving towards the light. And as you move towards this beautiful beam of light, just knowing that each and every day, moving forward, the light will propel you forward. Things will get easier and easier. There will be an increase in positive energy, just trusting that your life is taking this new direction with the sun. Experiencing this rebirth after a moment of stillness. And just feeling every day moving forward this deep sense of trust that the sun will support you in your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, your desires for self, your desires for the coming year, and just trusting more and more this stillness, this need for stillness, this very important part of the equation. The necessary stillness in order to shift, to transform, to move forward with an increase of positive energy. And so beginning to climb back up the stairs out of this cave towards the sun, even feeling the sun on your face, moving towards the sun each and every day, moving forward, more and more light, more and more positive energy. And I'm going to count you back up from 1 to 5. And on 5, you will be awake and aware and back in your space, back in this day, feeling so much lighter, trusting in stillness, feeling open to receive, knowing that the positive energy will increase each and every day moving forward, starting with the number 1, moving out of the cave into the daylight now. 1 and 2. Slowly bringing some energy back to the body. 2 and 3, maybe bringing a little bit of movement. 3 and 4, back in this day, back in your space. 4 and 5, back in this day, opening the eyes. Back in your space, back in your body, but feeling so much lighter. Feeling so much better. Feeling a sense of rest and excitement. So I invite you to kind of sit with this energy for a moment if you would like, or you can move on with whatever you had planned for the rest of the day, or go to bed if that's what you were planning. And thank you for taking the time to kind of sink into this winter solstice energy with me. And you can come back to this session as many times as you like, and you'll probably experience something a little bit different each time. And also, maybe if you like to take some time, it's definitely not necessary to journal a little bit about what you experienced in the cave, or how you saw yourself in this kind of stillness sculpture, stillness statue. And I wish you all the best for this solstice season. I'm coming to you today from Bangkok, which is honestly pretty wild considering I'm from Canada and I usually feel like the seasons so clearly, and obviously it's warm here, but you can still feel the solstice energy actually. Like, I mean, obviously the days are shorter. I've never been so still in my life, and it's honestly doing great things. So obviously if you are in a place where it's cold and a little bit darker even, I think you will feel this even more potently, and I think also rest comes a little bit easier when it's like freezing and dark outside. So take that as an invitation to sink into this even deeper, and yeah, just again remember this neutral space, this stillness, so necessary. So if you're taking some time off in the next couple of weeks, I invite you to really don't just spend your days off doing things for other people, or preparing for next year, or like just watching movies or scrolling on your phone. Like, find some neutral space in whatever way that works for you, and trust that you will receive. And I wish you all the best for the rest of the year, and I will have many more hypnosis recordings, self-hypnosis workshops, and group sessions. Basically, I got a lot coming in 2025. As I mentioned, this workshop is pay what you can, so if you found it helpful, please make a donation, and also maybe share it with someone who you think could benefit from it. And I will see you next time and next year. Happy solstice!